And okay. And I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Perfect. So welcome to everybody to this seminar for lecturers that is going to be delivered this week and these next 4 days. This is a seminar for lecturers that is framed in the European project, the Erasmus project, Education for Technological Literacy and Inclusion. This is a project which objectives, targets are related to the inclusion for scholars, lecturers, and students and other agents related to the new technologies that are presented in our environment. And we want to introduce these technologies to people in order to avoid the exclusion of these out of these technologies. The 7 technologies are related to data science, augmented reality, virtual reality, streaming, blockchain, coding and software programming, and cybersecurity. And today we are starting a seminar focused on the third technology you are visualizing here, that is virtual reality. The seminar is going to be presented by some professors and lecturers based on the University of Navarre, the School of Architecture. We are Elena Lacilla, Nuño Mardones, and myself, Asier Santas, the professors that are linked to this project. And my turn is to present myself just before starting the presentation. I am Asier Santas, professor of the School of Architecture of Navarre. I am also the director of the Department of Theory, Projects and Urbanism. And I am going to present you today and tomorrow sessions where the contents are going to be basically these contents that you are seeing in the screen. Today's session is going to be more or less theoretical because I want you to introduce briefly in the characteristics, the fields of applications, and the peripherals that are needed in this technology. But we also want to introduce you in the possibilities of the virtual reality related to another fields that are presented in our project. Also, we will present today the fields of application, the motivations, what is the adaptations to change that the professors, the lecturers, also the students, the people in general needs to take into account in order to include this technology in their careers, in the applications. Tomorrow's session is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to briefly explore some applications through the virtual reality glasses, the MetaQuest, that are the most useful and extended devices today, and I'm going to present some applications in several fields. In fields like, for example, architecture, but also productivity, but also design and also social relationships, etc. We finally will present on Wednesday and Thursday several projects, 4 projects in this case, from several faculties and professors from the University of Navarre, in order to visualize some projects that have been done or are currently prepared by professors. Okay. Just before starting, I want you to share. I want you to ask you a favor. That this is we are preparing a research on the application and the knowledge on virtual reality among all the students and the lecturers that are attending our seminars. Online and on site, and we want you to ask a favor because we have prepared a survey that you can find in the next webpage, that is f43.com. Sorry, f43.com. I don't know. Okay, here, f43.com. Sorry.
For I7.
Okay, you can share. I don't know why I cannot. f43.com. No, I don't know what's happening. I'm going to stop presenting. Maybe now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No?
it's ending in 7. ETLI 7 dot. I think that it was.
Put it in the chat.
You can Google it. You can Google it. Instead of writing it in the domain, you can Google it.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know what's happening. I've proved this. Let's see.
It's on the bottom. You can see in the bottom.
Yeah.
On the bottom of the page.
Admit. In the meantime, I'm.
Maybe
Yeah.
you have it on the chat. Open the chat.
Yeah, but I cannot. Yeah. Sorry. This is the web page.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. I come back to the presentation. Right. This is my screen. Right.
Yeah.
Here you see the web page.
Yeah.
Right. And oops. I don't know what's happening because I cannot see it. Yeah, this is the web page. Here in activities, in the multiplayer event at Porto, if you click on multiplayer event at Porto, then you will find among all photos and videos at the end of the page a survey form. Okay, by clicking in the survey form, I've already responded this survey form, so you You cannot see it, but by clicking this link, you will be you will enter in the survey. So you can answer briefly. There are more or less 30 questions, very brief questions related to augmented reality, but also virtual reality. And these are very valuable data for us, or for all the projects, for all the researchers, because we need to have some feedback about the knowledge and the interested on these two technologies, right? Okay. So I return to the presentation and I start the presentation. Okay. Right. The first point I want to talk to you very briefly is it's about a new technology, a new concept in virtual reality. As you know, it's a tech that is very used in gaming, entertainment, education, training. And this technology aims to enhance the user experience and improve working tools, and allows users to immerse themselves in a completely simulated environment that is generated by a computer or spherical videos. I had to tell you that this is a new technology. Well, we're going to see that it's not it's not so. In fact, it's not so. It's very old, in fact. But this is a technology that is not a supplementary technology, but it's a complementary technology in order to use new tools for education. I mean, I want to fix the idea that we cannot forget the traditional tools we have used in our practice as scholars, as professors, but we need to introduce these new technologies. I am discovering a lot of possibilities, lots of new fields of applications, of new ways of teaching with virtual reality. And I think this is a new technology that has come and is not going to. We cannot avoid the fact that is here and is going to be. We are going to suffer in the next years very important development on this technology. The virtual reality typically requires the use of a headset or commonly called head-mounted display, HMD, and other specialized equipment such as haptic feedback devices to create a fully immersive experience. The user's entire field of vision is taken up by the virtual world, and they can move around and interact with the environment as if we were actually there. Tomorrow, I will try to demonstrate this fact with glasses and sharing in the screen what I am looking at through my glasses. I said that it's not a new technology because the origins of the virtual reality, we can say that it started in 1935, when the American writer Stanley Weinbaum published a story based on subjective evidence, or through a story that tells the Professor Albert Ludwig's invention that allows the wearer to experience the world through glasses, and a world with smell, taste, and touch. But the first virtual reality technical development started in the 19th century, when Sir Charles Weston was the first to describe the stereopsis, that is this is a technique that uses binocular vision, and by creating with two photographs taken from different points of view, of the same object, and creates an image that is seen by each eye, in order to have a sense of depth and immersion. Back in the 20th century, and in 1956, the cinematographer Morton Halin created Sensorama, the first virtual reality machine. It was a large cabin that could hold up to 4 people at a time, and combined multiple technologies to stimulate all the senses. In 1972, the General Electric Corporation built a computerized flight simulator, which featured 180-degree field of vision by using 3 screens surrounding the cockpit. 7 years after, McDonnell Douglas, the corporation, the company of airplanes, integrated the virtual reality into its head-mounted displays, the Vital helmet for military use. 13 years after, Jaron Lanier and Thomas Zimmerman founded VPL Research, and this company is known as the first company to sell VR goggles and gloves. This is the first time the gloves are introduced in the technology in order to interact with our hands with the virtual environment and virtual objects. In the 90s, Jonathan Walden exhibited Virtuality, a VR arcade machine, at the Computer Graphics 90 exhibitions in London. These were VR arcade machines where gamers could play in a 3D gaming world. I have to say that the gaming industry has been the engine that has pushed this virtual reality, this technology, to push investors and researchers to investigate and improve very strongly in the last 30 years. In fact, in '94, Sega released Sega VR1, a motion simulator arcade machine, and Nintendo in 1995 launched the Virtual Boy console, which played 3D monochrome video games. But a very important change is that in this century, in 2007, Google introduced for the first time Street View. If you go back in the photos in Street View, you can see the first photos in 2007, not older, and these images were captured by the dodecahedral camera, the famous dodecahedral camera we've seen several times in the cars. Another very important advance is that when Google introduced the stereoscopic 3D mode for Street View, that is applying these photos taken by the camera into a spheric frame, so we can go inside this sphere and we can experience more accurate, more exactly the environment, the virtual environment. In 2010, Google introduced these glasses invented by Palmer Luckey, a 38-year-old entrepreneur. He created the first prototype of the Oculus Rift headset. And 4 years after, Facebook bought the Oculus VR company for 2 billion. This was a defining moment in VR story because VR gained momentum rapidly after this. Other companies, as for example Sony, announced that they were working on Project Morpheus, a VR set for the PlayStation 4. Google released the Cardboard, a very low cost and do-it-yourself stereoscopic viewer for smartphones, and Samsung announced the Samsung Gear VR. 2 years after, hundreds of companies started to develop VR products, applications, and devices, etc. One of the most important company was HTC, which released his Vive Steam VR headset. But today, the main company, and I think is the only one that has colonized the market in the VR is Facebook through Meta, and with his Oculus Quest devices. We can use the HTC VR headset, but there are hundreds of applications prepared for the Oculus Quest. It's kind of a monopoly. The fact is that the Quest 2 received mostly positive reviews in 2020 as an incremental update to the Quest, and continues to sell in the millions around the world. They are not very expensive, and they are very affordable. And this year, during during October, Meta presented the latest edge-mounted display, the latest Oculus, that are the Oculus Quest 3, including a thinner form factor and lenses, and additional sensor and color pass-through cameras intended for mixed reality software. I had to say that this head-mounted display need to be improved, because today they are a little bit uncomfortable, because they are too heavy to have they on our heads for more than 1 hour. For example, I've proved myself during a lot of hours, and I have to say that in the next years, probably we will see more comfortable devices developed by these companies. In summary, VR completely replaces a real world with a visual and acoustic virtual environment. Is typically used for immersive experiences such as gaming and simulation training currently, but rapid progress is being made in the application of this technology in more areas. It's starting to be used in exhibitions, touristic experiences, education of all levels, health, or even the internet commerce. Virtual reality creates a completely immersive, computer-generated environment that users can't interact through a headset or other devices. The VR experience typically blocks out the user's real-world surroundings and can move around in a virtual environment and interact with objects in it. The VR can be described as follows: is the recreation of an entire virtual world that is accessible from anywhere. You can be placed in India, you can be in USA or in Pamplona, but you enter in an entire virtual world that has no place. Users understand that it's different from the real world. This world can be invented, can be completely digital, or can be the recreation of an existing world, or a space, a building, or even an object. So we can immerse ourselves in a virtual reality that is digital, or a virtual reality that is prepared from the real world. This virtual reality allows us to interact in different ways. We need two devices, one in each hand, but with the Oculus, we can move our hands, and they have two cameras in the glasses that allows us to move our hands without these joysticks, and they recognize the hands, as you will see tomorrow, in order to interact with objects, with the screens, with clicks, etc. It is interesting now to define also the concept of extended reality, XR, as the concept that encompasses many technologies that we know as immersive, such as virtual reality and augmented reality. Extended reality is a combination of the so-called immersive technology, the virtual, the augmented, and the mixed. But in other words, extended reality encompasses all environments, real and virtual, represented by computer graphics or mobile devices. The X in X reality can represent any letter, virtual, augmented, or mixed. The environment can be observed principally real, with added computer-generated enhancements. The surrounding environment can be principally virtual, but augmented through the use of real imaging data. Some questions about the virtual reality, the worlds of virtual reality. Virtual reality is scale-free, or in other words, we can go through all scales. That is, it can recreate microscopic or macroscopic virtual environments. For example, this is a very interesting experience. Sorry for the ads, but we can go through these kind of environments in the virtual reality. This is an example of at the micro scale, sorry, or this is an example, for example, the macro scale. The virtual reality can go into a body, interact with cells, or can have an the virtual environments are basically created with two technologies from computer-generated spaces that are modeled and rendered with software, and also from 360 spherical photographs taken of existing spaces, okay? As well as the user can travel and interact in real time with the virtual environment, such as in different applications, like, for example, Horizon Worlds in Metaverso, or even in games or in platforms like PlayStation VR, or, for example, as in this example, or real estate, where the user can interact with the glasses in a space and created a new and digital created space with some application that we are going to see now. This is an interaction with these joysticks through these glasses, using these glasses, okay? Well, related to the fields of applications, the virtual reality is starting to spread in e-commerce. Virtual reality has started to develop in e-commerce by implementing virtual tours of shops where you can interact with the objects on scale. You can test a product virtually, or visit a virtual shop, or interact with a virtual shopping assistant, or even access to virtual manual of products. For the moment, visualizations have been developed on 2 dimensions screens, but the future lies in the use of three spherical photographs or virtual environments displayed on 3D glasses. IKEA is using the VR experience, or, for example, Volvo, the car company, is using a 3D experience for customers in order to customize the car. And once the car is customized, you can go inside your car and with glasses, and then you can check the space. Of course, the main field of application of virtual reality is gaming. It provides a fully immersive experience in the gaming industry using the first-person shooter model. The first Doom-like games have moved from the screen to the headset, with an incredible improvement in the graphical quality of the virtual environment and interaction. There are a lot of examples. The most famous are Half-Life, Alyx, Horizon, Call of the Mountain, and Gran Turismo 7, etc. All these programs, all these games, all these environments are generated virtually by a very powerful tool that is Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine 5 is currently the most powerful real-time graphic generation tool, also known as UE. It's a video game and also virtual environments development tool from the video game and software development company Epic Games. It is very famous. With this tool, developers have the ability to build simulation, edit videos or sound, and render animations. Unreal Engine is the world's most open advanced real-time 3D authoring tool. Its main field of application is video games, of course. Developers use this software to create virtual worlds, characters, and actions. Games such as Fortnite are based on this developer, but Unreal Engine also has growing application in the field of cinematic animation, given its graphical power. For example, Disney has successfully applied it in the creation of high-resolution environments such as Mandalorian, for example. But Unreal Engine is also applied to the creation of virtual architectural environments, and through software such as two-motion renderings from 3D models can be worked on a simple and intuitive way. But also is applied on the visualization, personalization, and marketing of cars industry, as are you seeing here, and not only at the design stage, but also at the point of sale, providing the buyer with an almost real experience in the visualization of the chosen car. But also, Unreal Engine can be used to generate objects that can be applied via augmented reality to television broadcast, live events, concerts, etc. Many of the scenarios backstage that are presented in broadcast and television shows, etc., are generated by this technology.
Sorry, Asir, some people are asking to join. You can
sorry.
admit them? Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. There are a lot of uses, as you are confirming, of Unreal Engine. Because its capacity to generate virtual environments and objects with an almost indistinguishable approximation to reality makes it the most advanced graphic tool of the moment. Another very important tool and similar tool is Unity. It's a real-time development platform. Its operation, learning, and applications are quite similar to those of Unreal Engine, and today they are the two most popular platforms used by programmers to create virtual environments. More fields of application of virtual reality we can find, for example, education. Virtual reality can improve the education in many ways, as virtual field trips, virtual labs, high-tech training, or distance learning. As an example, virtual reality can help architecture and urban design students to model their projects, to bring the user inside their spaces, to apply materials, natural and artificial lighting, to work more quickly with alternatives. Tomorrow we will see two applications developed for the Meta Quest glasses. One is Archeo, another one is Gravity Sketch, in order to create objects and immerse ourselves into these objects or spaces. Because virtual reality technology allows the recreation of non-existent architectural objects of which there may be no trace remaining. For example, ancient ruins or archaeological sites. Can improve the education in many ways, as virtual field trips, as I say, virtual labs, high-tech training, or distant learning. Numerous studies use of VR's use in education yielded positive findings ranging from increased time on task, motivation, enjoyment, deeper learning, and long-term retention. VR can also be applied in healthcare because it's used in medicine for several situations. For example, entertaining the sick. There are many patients who enjoy VR glasses as a palliative treatment to cope with the elements of the treatments and the disease. It's used also in the rehabilitation of various diseases. Current technology makes it possible to create a rehabilitation process for different mental and motor diseases. Tomorrow we will see, for example, the metaverse, the horizon worlds as environment for disabled people or for people that want to be outside for a while and to move in a virtual world that can be a moment of peace, a moment of relax, etc. Virtual reality can be used for early detection of mental illness. This C-Hero application is a game that tests various mental abilities that, if not overcome with relative success, can be symptoms of an early stage of Alzheimer's, also among other diseases of a mental nature. But also the virtual reality can be used for prepare complex surgical operations, thanks to current technology developing an environment similar to a patient's body to simulate his or her surgery in real time. Is extremely simple. Virtual reality can be used in mobility, in flight and driving training, and in training, we started to use the virtual reality in the 60s, as you've seen some slides ago. The latest advances in training, for example, in simulated environments are taking place even in fields such as law, politics, business management, and education, in order to improve the user's public speaking skills, for example. There are programs that consist of a virtual reality simulator that recreates different scenarios in which the user must intervene, dealing with the anxiety and fear or panic that public speaking generates. Of course, virtual reality can be used in architecture and archaeology. Virtual spaces, buildings, and cities made with renders. During the planning stage for the reconstruction of an old quarter or the building of a scraper, for example, it is possible to visualize exactly how the space will look, how the shadows will fall, and how the construction will affect local wind conditions. Tomorrow we will see how we can check these conditions with programs very easily, as for example the SketchUp program. In archaeology, for example, as we have seen, we cannot rebuild ruins with these technologies. Virtual reality is used in real estate, in the real estate market. Technologies facilitate the process of selling an apartment to the buyer, but also in smart cities, because we will see that the virtual reality GIS offers unique simulation and visualization opportunities for use in urban and environmental planning, as well as in impact assessment. Of course, virtual reality is very powerful in social relationships through the metaverse. The metaverse is an online, open, shared, persistent, three-dimensional virtual realm that offers people to connect with each other from all parts of their lives and of the world. It will link many platforms, same as how the World Wide Web connects several websites using one browser. The metaverse, on the other hand, is a virtual environment that allows you to merge the cutting-edge technology of augmented reality with virtual reality and more, allowing you to live as you would in real life, but with a virtual shape and experience. The virtual reality is spreading in entertainment. One example is virtual reality in Netflix VR, Amazon Prime VR, Quest TV, or Google Spotlight. And there are several concerts online that are starting to be casting in virtual reality, so you can you can go to the concert without moving from your place and assist and enjoy this kind of events. Of course, virtual reality is used in tourism through different applications as sites in VR or YouTube VR. We will see tomorrow some examples of these experiences. They are used by institutions and travel agencies so they can promote tourist destinations in the distance through visualization with the Oculus glasses. In terms of virtual reality, there are also different types of visualization. As I've said, there are non-immersive virtual reality and immersive virtual reality. Non-immersive virtual reality uses a window or a screen, as we are using now, to access the virtual environment. VR glasses are not required, but joysticks or mouses and headsets are often used to enhance the experience. These environments can be real or can be videos or can be rendered digital environments. And then is the other situation that is the immersive virtual reality. We need, in this case, to use virtual reality goggles or head-mounted displays. As I've said, the most important spread are the Oculus Meta 2 or 3. I would like you to introduce some relationships between the virtual reality and other technologies that are included in our project, because we have realized that the virtual reality can be combined with other technologies in order to increase the potential of each one. So the virtual reality can be mixed with or used with augmented reality, but also can be used with data science and also with streaming and blockchain. These are possible connections between the virtual reality. The most important is the augmented reality. As you know, these are two distinct but related technologies, the augmented reality and the virtual reality, that provide immersive experiences. Augmented reality overlays digital information, such as virtual objects, text, or images, onto the real world. And virtual reality creates a completely immersive computer-generated environment. As users, we can see and interact with the real world in augmented reality, and we can use our headset to interact with and navigate within the virtual world, where we can apply the augmented reality through data information on objects that are into this virtual world. Because when we mix these two technologies, we can create mixed reality experiences. The mixed reality combines elements, as I've said, of both augmented and virtual reality to blend virtual objects with the real environment and enable interactions with both. So we can stay in our home, and with our glasses we can see virtual objects projected in a wall or in the space, and we can interact with these objects that are in fact a mix of augmented and virtual reality. But also the virtual reality can be combined with data science, and I think this is a very interesting and very young relationship, because it's not yet developed yet. But I suspect this very interesting field of exploration because effective data visualization is key to the discovery process in the era of big data and to the data mining process, as it guides the choice of applicable algorithms and helps to identify and eliminate bad data from the analysis. By immersing ourselves in the data, as currently we see the data in an Excel or in a graphic, in a three-dimensional screen, but tomorrow I will try to demonstrate how we can go into a three-dimensional presentation of data, because we can immerse ourselves in the data, and we can take advantage of the greater space and offer more natural interactions and analyze multidimensional data in a more visceral way. However, the high complexity or dimensionality of modern data sets represents a critical obstacle. The use of immersive virtual reality platforms for scientific data visualization is currently being investigated, both in the form of software and low-cost commodity hardware. And immersion brings benefits beyond traditional desktop visualization tools. For example, leads to a demonstrably better perception of the geometry of a data landscape, or it allows for a more intuitive understanding of the data and better retention of relationships, and helps better retention of perceived relationships in the data. And it can provide an easy and natural path to collaborative data visualization and exploration, where data scientists can interact with their data and their colleagues in the same visual space. Today, there is no specific application to use big data graphically, but I've found that some applications, as for example, Gravity Sketch, are useful to create three-dimensional graphics where you can move, you can go in more deeply than in a two-dimensional visualization. Okay. 6 differences can be identified between visualizing and interpreting big data in a traditional way and using virtual reality. For example, there are fewer distractions by making visualization immersive. Attention is focused on the data set and its analysis, avoiding external distractions. It's more accurate. That data scalability is achieved by being present in the data set and having the possibility of interpreting it, especially and from the inside. Unlimited 360 spaces achieved, and with it the possibility of fully of partially perceiving the data. And it opens up the possibility of incorporating that data linked to other senses, such as the auditory. But also, just like a computer, our optic nerve is capable of transferring information at approximately 1 megabytes per second. When we merely read words on a screen, we are only using 0.1% of this capacity. Virtual reality immerses you on a stimulating three-dimensional world that engages your brain and allows you to fully utilize the bandwidth of your optic nerve. Virtually reality allows us to return to a more natural way of interacting, and of course there are still some obstacles to overcome before that a visualization in virtual reality really takes off. The resolution of the headset needs to increase so text is comfortably legible, etc. Another connection of virtual reality is the streaming, of course. The relationship between virtual reality and streaming involves the streaming of VR content over the internet, allowing us users to experience virtual reality without the need for heavy hardware or local content storage. Streaming enables users to access a wide range of VR experiences in real time, making virtual reality more accessible and convenient. Here are some key aspects on the relationship between virtual reality and streaming. Virtual reality streaming allows users to access content directly over the internet, like streaming movies, music, games, or live music concerts. Instead of downloading latest VR files or games, users can stream the content on demand, reducing the need for extensive storage space and allowing for instant access. Accessibility, in terms of accessibility and hardware requirements, virtual reality streaming can lower the entry barrier to VR by eliminating the need for high-end virtual reality hardware. Users can stream VR experiences with headsets, smartphones, web browsers, etc. And some companies offer cloud-based VR platforms that provide streaming services along with additional features. These platforms provide a centralized infrastructure for VR content delivery, management, and collaboration, facilitating the creation and distribution of VR experiences. In summary, VR streaming expands the possibility of VR by making it more accessible, interactive, and scalable. But also the virtual reality can be connected with blockchain. Why? Because several seemingly incompatible technologies are beginning to team up to increase their functional capacity, and open up new possibilities in this field of the virtual reality. Blockchain technology has commonly been limited to the field of finance, just as virtual reality is emerging in the field of entertainment and training. In recent years, initiatives have begun to appear that combine these two technologies, exploring the possibility of creating virtual environments with economic contents, monetary transactions, investments, buying and selling virtual items, or for example, works of art, experiences, virtual real estate even, etc. There are 4 important blockchain projects that today are impacting the virtual and augmented reality space. One is Decentraland, that is a virtual reality platform powered by the Ethereum blockchain. Users can create experience and monetize content and application. Another one is Render Token. It aims to make it possible for any 3D object or environment to be authored, shaped, and monetized through the Ethereum blockchain protocol. Augmented reality token by Capacity, another application, is a decentralized augmented virtual reality ecosystem for 3D content exchange. And finally, High Fidelity. That is an open source software where you can create and share virtual reality experiences. You can create and host your own VR wall, explore other walls, meet and connect with other users, etc. So we can expect as trends, future trends, an increased adoption in various industries of both technologies, augmented and virtual reality, are becoming more sophisticated and affordable. Advances in hardware, we can expect to see improvements in both technologies in virtual reality hardware, such as more comfortable headsets, glasses, wearables, and better training and sensing capabilities, mobile phones with special cameras, etc. More indoor and outdoor equipment for sure. But we also are going to see more integration with artificial intelligence. As artificial intelligence continues to advance, we can expect to see more intelligent virtual reality experiences created with platforms as, for example, Midjourney. Tomorrow we will see briefly how the artificial intelligence can be very easily used by everyone to create virtual images, virtual environments. We are going to see an increased use in education and training. Virtual reality has the potential to revolutionize education and training by providing immersive, interactive, and engaging experiences that enhance learning. We are going to see more integration with high-speed networks. The rollout of faster networks will enable faster data transfer speeds and latency, making it possible to stream high-quality virtual reality experiences in real time. And more integration with social media. These platforms are already experimenting with these devices, the metaverse, and the social media in the future. This trend we forecast that will not be strong as social networks stagnate. An expansion into new areas, as for example in politics, as we are seeing in this new. We will see virtual reality and augmented reality in new areas such as architecture, of course, interior design, real estate, tourism, culture, exhibition, even politics. Okay. So we will see the hyperrealism that it will be developed exponentially in the coming years. Today, the separation between virtual and real world and objects is blurring as technological advances incorporate stimuli from different senses and improve the generation of graphics. Movements applied to the body, environmental temperatures, smells, surround sounds, tactile experiences, etc., will be incorporated into the user's experience, bringing the virtual and the real closer together in the not too distant future. Virtual reality has a wide range of applications. In education, we can see several trendings or several fields of application. In simulation, for example, virtual reality provides the possibility for participating in lifelike simulation, virtual explorations that would otherwise be infeasible or too dangerous to undertake in reality. And public schools can provide ancient history courses, special experiences, etc. In training also. Training, for example, an application designed to allow students to virtually explore the universe would not be classified as training, while a flight simulator designed for pilots would be. Particularly common is the use of virtual reality to simulate medical activities. We will see some application in the next days. Thought is this generally involves the application of virtual reality to surgical activities. Virtual reality allows to access limited resources, can also be used to simulate the access of limited resources. In this case, the term resource is used to describe anything which is in high demand and or limited supply. These limited resources can include not just resources in the traditional sense, but scientific equipment and even the labs containing them, etc. Even we can use the virtual reality in distance learning. Distance learning can allow students to access the learning materials and resources of leading universities worldwide, and some students have found that the students consider it preferable. And to finish, the motivations that can be in the back of the virtual reality can be several motivations. But existing research has shown that virtual reality solutions are effective at multiple levels of education, and that students tend to look favorably on them. It's based on constructivism, that is a learning paradigm that argues that humans generate meaning through an active, constructive process. It further posits that learners actively and continually create their own subjective representation of reality based on the interaction between their ideas and experiences. The virtual reality can be used by using collaboration, increasing the collaboration. The collaborative potential of virtual reality solutions aligns closely with social constructivism. It allows us the gamification and game-based learning. Gamification is the application of game mechanics and or other game-like elements to non-gaming situation, usually in the case of education, to increase student motivation, engagement, and enjoyment of the learning experience. And the virtual reality can be useful to personalized learning. A motivation commonly cited by authors in the literature was the potential of virtual reality that holds to facilitate personalized learning experiences, for example, lessons tailored to the needs of individual students. Deeper learning. It is also stated that experiential learning process facilitated by virtual reality is more realistic and potentially valuable to students embarking in practical fields than traditional teaching methods. Students learn best when they are exposed to a variety of teaching techniques and learning experiences. And to finish, how can professors and students adapt to the change? I think, first of all, step one, promoting next practice maxims. Virtual reality tech has the potential to revolutionize the way we teach and learn. It enables learners to visualize complex concepts and interact with virtual objects in a way that it is not possible with traditional teaching methods. We can say that this is the simplest part because they take complexity head-on, because virtual reality is already among us. However, it is a word that can have so many meanings that it's difficult to in reality to describe the rest of the evolution of IT tools. But we know that it is also a way of communicating, and that is why it is a powerful tool for educators to improve teaching and learning. By using virtual reality, educators can create engaging, interactive, and immersive learning experiences that can help students better understand complex concepts and retain information more efficiently. We can rethink learning process. Some ways in education bring learning to life. We can bring learning to life by providing an immersive and engaging learning experience. For example, students can use VR to explore the human body and see how organs and systems function together, or can model new designed architectonic spaces and check the functioning and interaction of the architecture with the environment. We can enhance understanding. We can help students to understand complex concepts by providing visual and interactive representations. We can help students to explore the solar system, to see the planets, to visit Mars, Venus, other planets artificially created with VR. We can use the virtual reality to create educational games that make learning fun and interactive. For example, using puzzles or complete challenges that teach that teach about history and science, or create simulations, or provide remote learning, as we have seen. One of the advantages that the virtual reality can be accessed from anywhere, as it is a virtual environment with the possibility of being hosted in the cloud, and it's collaborative. It is possible to organize an orchestra of music students located in different parts of the world or rehearse in real time by connecting in a virtual space, for example. So this has been the first presentation of the seminar. As you have seen, it's been a kind of theoretical and introductory presentation, while tomorrow is going to be more interactive with applications. Tomorrow we will see how to configure the settings of the MetaQuest. We will see applications for collaborative working sessions in workrooms. We will see application as Revit Sketch or Archeo for objects on architecture or urbanism, and another application as Wonder, Nanorm, or Immerse. We also see how to create or how to use spherical photos provided by web pages, as for example 360 cities. We will see a very interesting project called Rehabitat, that is a project of modeled and disappeared houses in Colombia that are being rebuilt and provided. You can visit it with your glasses, and we will see social and virtual environments like, for example, the metaverse. And to finish, we will see how to create our own spherical photos, how to create an experience with these photos, how to create, which are the applications, the programs used to create these objects on site, online, offline. And finally, we will see the in artificial intelligence tools for visualization for architectural visualizations. So this will be some of the applications we will see tomorrow: workrooms, Gravity Sketch, Archeo, Wonder, Immersed, etc. So thank you very much for your attention. I think we have some minutes of participation for questions. If you want to ask something, feel free to make the questions you want. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay. And sorry for 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 this more than an hour without an stop. Uh, but I am at your disposal if you want to make some questions or whatever you want.
I would like to thank you the explanation, Asier. It was very clear for me, and I think it's a very important issue. Just only one thing, one question about, because we belong to the Faculty of Economics and as Business Administration. You comment something related to blockchain. How do you see the extension, the spread of this area? I mean, you are speaking about the connection with the database, with the importance to develop in the health or in engineering or architecture, but maybe in economics is more difficult. How do you see? You see in a medium or a long period of time could be possible, or is near us? Is more near? Is near than we think.
I think in virtual reality is a technology that is linked mainly to visualization of things and spaces and whatever you can imagine that can be useful in these terms is expected in virtual reality. I mean, for example, there are no applications developed for data visualization uh, because in fact there were an application that has disappeared, but not for because it was prepared for the not the Oculus glasses, but for the HTC glasses, and it has disappeared. But I can I've checked that if you learning very easily, it's very easy. The with the application that provides Meta to be used with the glasses, as for example the workrooms or the gravity sketch to create graphics, for example. This can be used for economics, for example, in order to see data or to create to create I don't know meetings or relationships between different agents. But I think by now the virtual reality is very related to the game industry and to the visual industry, to the and to the events and the social industry. Not in terms of education, it's more related not to economics but to things that are related to do things with the hands and as a surgeon, as an architect, or even as a archaeologist, etc. But
Okay.
I would be interested in this technology because in the next 5 or 10 years, I'm sure that there are going to appear a lot of application in all the fields.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question, Naomi. So I think if there is no more questions, we can stop recording now, and we see tomorrow. We will see tomorrow. I will see tomorrow at the same hour, 4:30, with my glasses. I will be with my glasses and my joysticks, trying to share with you some experiences online and virtual experiences online.
Thank you, Asier.
Thank you, Asier.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you
You.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank
Sorry
you,
about
Sid.
it.
See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you.
Bye.
Bye. See you.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.